the principals first. In the red corner to my right, wearing los colores de Panama, weighing 157 pounds, 157 libras. His professional record, 97 victories, 11 defeats. He has 67 knockouts. A four-time world champion, el hijo de la República de Panamá, manos de piedra, Roberto Duran.
Woo! And that's what I'm talking about. That is a man. That's el más macho, Roberto Duran, baby. There's a new movie coming out, Hands of Stone, August 26th. I'm Joey, Loaded Gloves, New York, broadcasting from the Loaded Gloves Studios in Lower Manhattan, and I'm here with Tommy, the Genie.
I'm over to his right.
What's up? We just played you a little clip of Roberto Duran, a real man, not the fraud that is boxing today.
I wouldn't call it a fraud. It's got problems.
There are fraudsters. 1, Floyd Mayweather. 1, Canelo Alvarez. 3, Miguel Cotto. The Hunger Games for the middleweight belt that Triple G so desperately wants to unify the division. But this is box. This is business. The big drama show cannot get a big fight because Golden Boy and Oscar know that this is first and foremost business. I'll tell you this, Floyd Money Mayweather. If you fought in the times of Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard, and the great Manos de Piedra, Roberto Duran, who put a whole nation, Panama, on his back, unlike you, who put greenbacks in your back pocket, you are no inspiration to the millions of Americans who desperately need it. Roman El Chocolatito Gonzalez, he's an inspiration to millions of Nicaraguans. The man who discovered him, Alexis Arguello, was an inspiration to millions of Nicaraguans. Julio Cesar Chavez was an inspiration to millions of Mexicans. Triple G is raising the profile of a nation. You, Floyd, have raised your bank account, but you have not lifted a nation. The great Roberto Duran said he laughs when Floyd Mayweather says if he went back in the time, he would beat them all. Roberto Duran says, I'll tell you this, if he was in the same era as Hagler, Hearns, and Leonard and me, Roberto Duran, I don't think he would be such a big name. There wouldn't be much talk. And that is the fraud of boxing today. That's why the Russians, the Eastern Europeans, the Filipinos are all fighting for pride for their country because they came from nothing and they put a nation on their backs. So when I see it's all about the money team, the private jets, I congratulate you. We live in a capitalistic society, but to me, El Gallo from Loaded Gloves NYC, that's not what boxing is about. And it's just become too much of a business at times. The weight games of Canelo Alvarez and Miguel Cotto with 160 pounds, it's getting under Triple G's skin, Tommy. It's getting, I can see it in the interviews, I can see it, I can hear it in his tone of voice. When will we see that fight? When he's Triple G has had 4 or 5 more wars and they pluck him off? I think that's part of the reason we love boxing, is the heartbreak, is the fights that we see on a Friday night that 2 unnamed guys slug it out in a phone booth. It's the ups and downs. It's falling in love with a fighter in his past and having your heart ripped out by the business of boxing. It's what keeps us into the sport. It's what keeps the business of boxing alive. It's what keeps the sport alive. And I can only hope that the next Manny Pacquiao is about to walk into a gym. The next Roberto Duran is running home for a meal, fighting his way through a crowd of kids. I just hope the next one is out there, Tommy. That's it. As a fan of the sport, a true fan, these are the kind of stories that inspire me. Not TMT.